Hey y'all, what's up? You girls back at it again. You know how we do things around here. Welcome to a brand new episode of Get This Since 92. And I'm here to review Logic's new album, YSIV, Young Sinatra 4. And here it is. I have a copy in my hands, the physical copy in my hands finally. It came out in September 28th. So it came out a few months ago, but I got my copy ordered in and I listened to it twice, and I will have to say, being a Logic fan, I really do love his music. I really appreciate who he is as a rapper and as a lyricist. And to be honest, we'll get down to the nitty gritty. I think Logic is one of the, to me, like, he fits in his own lane as far as like hip hop is concerned. And I would really like put him up there as one of the best, because I think every generation, the people that grew up with hip hop and hip hop as a whole, we've had like the greats, the legends, and then we got this generation, they listen to who they're listening to. And I also got a couple more people that I've listened to besides Logic as well. I'm gonna butcher this man's name. Logic as well. So overall, the album is for the fans, for those who have been fans of Logic since day one, his mixtape days. And Logic really has done the damn thing. I have all of his albums. I have like his debut album up until this album. So I have like all of his like studio full length like albums, physical copies. And what I love about Logic is that I just think that he's just being himself, and I don't really think that he tries so hard to like convey a message in his music, or he tries to like, for people to like get to hear his music and know his music. And I think Logic, for him, his experiences with like going through his like personal things in his life, like he said he grew up in a domestic abuse household. He saw drugs, his parents, they were on drugs and every little thing else, and he had dropped out of school, and he's from Maryland. So for somebody to really like do the damn thing, and they from Maryland, like we don't hear a lot of Maryland rappers nowadays like even make it out of Maryland like doing music. So for him, like, people know who he is. He's a Maryland native around here. So it's like, it's cool to see him prosper and do his thing. And I really do appreciate the fact that like he's humble, he's not arrogant, and he's not copying. Now some people, they've been, the critics, like some people, like I said, they think that he's arrogant in some ways and the way how he raps, but I feel like it comes from an authentic place. I think like it's good to feel good about yourself, and I think it's important to have self-esteem and confidence, because I feel like that's where today's music is lacking. I feel like when people try to make it seem like they hear a record that's like gritty, edgy, like you hear any other rapper spitting, they show their confidence, their self-esteem, and like I said, I feel like Logic, sometimes some people are biased towards him, because I feel like he's no different from the rest of his peers, because I heard like it all. Like, I love music and I love hip hop. So for Logic to really like stand out on his own 2 feet, it's really refreshing. Now, overall, the album is really good. I listened to it twice, and when I heard it the first time, I was like, okay, I like it. And then when I heard it the second time, I replayed it again last night. So I listened to it twice, and I'm like, this album is really good. He did a damn thing. Like, it's more of that hip hop feel. It's more of those hip hop vibes, the elements. That's why hip hop, to be honest, I think hip hop needs to get back to the forefront of that like sound too, because I think some people expected for him to kind of do something different, the current trends of like the trap and trap hip hop, but I feel like Logic is in his own lane. I feel like he already created a sound. So for him to stay true to himself, regardless of what people say about his music, I think it's a great thing, because artists that stay true to themselves, those are the ones most likely 9 times out of 10 they push the mold. The ones I've even mentioned before in my videos, like they be the ones that really do the damn thing, and he's one of them, along with the rest of his peers. And I like how you know, this album from start to finish, it's not one bad song on there. And that's how I felt from his previous albums before. I felt like I can really enjoy the music. The production is really good. He has always made good production. He always switches it up, so he's not one dimensional with his records. His music is like nostalgic. He does a little bit of like pop, a little bit, but okay, we got songs like, I say, for example, One Day featuring Ryan Tedder. It's a really good song. It has more like an upbeat, uplifting song, like pop elements to it. So it's kind of like he has been like experimenting with his music and sound. Even like you listen to previous of his other albums, like he really experimented with his music. So it's like listening to Young Sinatra 4, it's really good to see him like just being his own world and just not really feel like he has to just, you know, I guess, what's the word? Just have to just like follow the trend, you know. But overall, this hip hop album right here from Logic is really good. So here are my favorite tracks from this album. I love Thank You featuring Lucy Rose and the Rat Pack. So basically, this album starts off as like him talking about how grateful he is for his fans, and then the fans, you know, they get the shout out to him on the record. They're from where they're from, wherever, what state, what country, you know, it doesn't matter. So it's like, it's really cool, like just to really see like his music really does touches people, and it does inspire people. So that's why Logic is really one of these rappers that he's no different from. Yeah, I'm just repeating. I'm start repeating. I'm gonna try not to repeat. But what I'm saying is he has really solidified his lane, and he really like, you know, like I said, he to me, he's just authentic, and that's what makes him great. I feel like for him being authentic and being vulnerable, that's his best, like, that's just his best, like, what's the word? It's his best trait, you know? That's his personality, because, you know, he's very, like, down to earth and humble. He don't come across as, like, cocky and arrogant. I even saw his interviews. He don't come across as that, but he's very, like, motivated and, like, you know, he's very inspiring. Like, he gets inspired by other people that he grew up with music, so he takes influences from them and puts it in his own work. So it's good to see somebody like him, you know, just do his thing. And I really have always supported him. I look forward for his albums, and he really surprised me. He blew me away with like his debut album, because I was like, wow. And I think his debut album is one of the best debut albums as a like rapper to the debut for him. So that's what's up. My other favorite songs are Everybody Dies, The Return, The Glorious Five, Wu-Tang Clan. I'm gonna fuck up this group's name. Pardon me. Wu-Tang Forever, featuring the Wu-Tang Clan, the hip hop's just well-known hip hop lyrical rap group of all time. We already know what it is. So he got Ghostface Killer, Raekwon, RZA, Method Man, Inspector Deck, Capadonna, Jackpot, Scotty Waddy, You God, Master Killer, and Gizza. I hope I'm pronouncing these people's names right. And then I like the 100 Miles of Running featuring Wale and John Lindell, Ordinary Day featuring Haley Steinfeld, YSIV, that's Young Sinatra 4, Street Dreams 2, The Adventures of Stony Bob featuring K-Dro, Slave Dro, Big Limbo, Legacy, Iconic featuring Jaden Smith, Last Call. So basically, one of my standout tracks, I would say, let's see, I would have to say The Return, The Glorious Five, Wu-Tang Forever, 100 Miles and Running, Ordinary Day, gosh, it's really hard, but YSIV, that would be Young Sinatra 4, Street Dreams 2, The Adventures of Stony Bob, Legacy, and Iconic. So for me, those are the standout tracks that I really, 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 really enjoy. That I really, really enjoy. I think they all just play a role in it. But then also I'm kind of like, I love the whole entire album. So it's kind of like, then I can't really leave Everybody Dies, because that's a really good track, and Last Call. So to be honest, I just love the entire project for what it is. I think, to be honest, he really just put everything together with the material. And I feel like even with his production, I know how some people, I've heard other people's reviews, I watched their reviews, and they've said like they wish that he could switch it up with his production, and like they wish that he can do something different with his sound. But I feel like, even though I do agree, because I do hear some of the same production here and there, but I feel like that production is really good. I feel like it's just solid to me. I feel like, because to be honest, for me, this is my opinion, I feel like, I think this thing with him too, about like his music and his sound too, it's just like how I said about how trap music, trap rap is overtaking in hip hop in a way too. It is kind of like, so I don't like all that trap music. I listen to some trap, but I don't listen to that garbage nowadays. I don't even listen to that because it doesn't have any like soul. It doesn't give you, it just doesn't pull your heartstrings. It's just the same beat, it's the same pattern. But for Logic's music, like his mixtapes, and even with even that and his debut album, like he switched it up. So that's, for example, like even with his debut album, when he came out with his, the first album, so it was almost like he just switched it up, and it was more like different production and different beats. So I understand from that perspective, because I'm a Logic fan, so I know. So I'm not like mad or upset like people have a different opinion about his music. That's cool. We should be able to have different opinions. So it's like, for him, I feel like it's so hip hop. It's almost like he's just paying homage to hip hop and where hip hop started and where it came from. It's almost like he wants to keep it alive, and he already had put his spin to it. So it's like, I feel that even when I hear today's hip hop and today's like trap music and all that, I just don't, it just does not connect with me. I just feel like, one thing, what I don't like, it's just the oversaturation, and then the content, it's really repetitive. You can talk about different things, but see, it's always the same old, and then the production, it's generic, it's lacking, like, it's almost like it just doesn't have any flavor. It's missing something. It's missing that fire, that edge, that soul, pull your heartstrings. Whereas to artists like Logic and the rest of them, of course, all of them, to be honest, they bring something new and different to the table with their music, and they're not afraid to push the boundaries. And really, I feel like at this current state of music, that's why I'm so passionate about like just having my perspective on music, because I feel like it's just garbage nowadays, and really people do want that lyrical content back. They really do want to hear lyrical rappers other than that mumble rap. And that's what he even said in his album, this new album he put out right here. It's like the mumble rap is just taking over, and then rappers that don't really have like that spitting, that bars, the ability to spit rhymes like that. Just like when he put damn Wu-Tang Clan showed the fuck out, and it's one of my favorite standout tracks. Like that Wu-Tang Forever. Oh man, all them cats, they snapped on them. But see, they really, it's kind of like they don't have to prove anything anymore. Really, they really don't need to prove anything, because they already solidified their legacy, because everybody know who Wu-Tang Clan is. Everybody know them. But they really like showed out on this record. So it's not like people don't know who they are, but they kind of, in a way, like to kind of remind those that haven't grown up with them, like, yo, this is what Wu-Tang Clan was about. They had to step up their bars. They were just going in for the kill. You had to be some lyrical, you had to be like on your A game. So each of them really slayed. So they really slayed with the production. Logic, he did his thing first. He did his part. He did a good job. And then the rest of them, they went in. And even when I heard this album the second time, and I heard this record, I was like, wait a minute. Yep, that's Wu-Tang Clan. All them cats, they just snatched it. So that's why I feel like people are missing, the people who love hip hop and grew up with hip hop. They want to hear that again. So I understand that from that perspective, because listen, I don't listen to a lot of today's music. I really don't. I really, it's just a hit and miss for me. So some people like just a hit and miss, but it's all good, you know. But yeah, and also I really like how overall, you know, he just Logic. I feel like he just, I mean, it's almost like, I like how he just, all the things that he been through, he put in his music, and his music speaks for itself. And that's why Logic fans, we do support him and we love his music, and he has inspired the fans to go follow your goals, never give up on yourself, follow your dreams, have that ambition and drive. And he always has said, spread positivity, and that's really good for him to really like just be vocal about that. So I really appreciate his music. I really do like this dude. I've always have liked him. And even for, as for hip hop is concerned, I think we need more artists like that, rappers in general, male and female, that really have that quality content, and they don't need to go so far out just to get their music to be heard. Have their own lane, have their own style, create something so it could, you know, really like connect with people. And that's why people are so ready for like music to really get back to the forefront how it once was before, because I feel like it's going to be a change. I feel like it's going to be a change in music. It's already changed, but I feel like, I don't know how many down the road, you know, how many years it's going to be, but it's going to be very different. So yeah, guys, I really appreciate this album, Young Sinatra 4. Logic did his thing. I enjoyed it. So it's a really good album, and I recommend people who haven't heard Logic's music, go check it out. You don't have to be a huge Logic fan, so it's all good in my book. So guys, tell me what you guys think about this album, Young Sinatra 4. Any Logic fans, comment down here. Don't be scared, you know. You feel free on my channel. You already know how I roll. Same old good stuff. So yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe down below on my channel, and stay tuned on the next episode of Get the Sense 92 Dragon Ball Z narrator reference. You know how I do it. Peace.